Hello guys, it's me, Weeber, your favorite anime news reporter. As you can see, in last 48 hours, 3,900 people watched my videos. And how many people subscribed? 0. I have completed my 3,000 hours watch time, now I just need 1,000 subscribers to monetize my channel. So please, have some mercy on me, and subscribe this channel. I daily upload anime news here, so it will help you showing your knowledge in your friend circle. And now, let's move on to the video. As the final stretch of the One Piece story heads underway, Eiichiro Oda still has to settle the score between several rival characters. Only a few can be described as friendly in nature, as most of these conflicts are the result of ideological differences or personal grudges. For instance, Shanks would love to see Luffy on the same level as himself, but he doesn't hold the same affection for Blackbeard, an extremely dangerous threat in his own right. Oda spent the last few decades setting up these rivalries. There's only a few story arcs left before Luffy's dreams are fully realized, which means these clashes of personalities will have to resolve in some way. Whether it's a simple duel between swordsmen, or revolutionaries overthrowing a government, these particular disputes have fans excited for the outcome. It can only possibly end with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Number 10. Dragon has some history with Ainu. They were both in the Marines at some point. For some unexplained reason, Ainu has always referred to Luffy as nothing more than Dragon's son. The relationship between both men have yet to be explained, but revelations have brought to light a potential connection between them. During a series of flashbacks from Bartholomew Kuma's perspective, it turns out that Dragon used to be a member of the Marines. He likely met Ainu there at some point in his tenure. Ainu clearly has a very low opinion of the revolutionary leader. Both men have completely different views on justice. Ainu believes in destroying what he defines as evil, in any means necessary, whereas Dragon wants to make the world a better place by removing the celestial dragon from authority. During the final saga, One Piece will likely dwell a little bit deep into why Ainu holds such a grudge against Dragon in the first place. Number 9. Nico Robin can never rest from the world government. She will always be on the run as long as they maintain power. Knowledge is power in the One Piece series. The world government controls information with a steady iron fist, as they prohibit research on the Void Century from over 800 years ago. Nico Robin is among two survivors from Ohara's complete destruction at the hands of the Marines' Buster Call. As long as the world government remains in power with the same corrupt politicians, Robin will be running from them for the rest of her life. Given the optimistic nature and tone of the series, it's very likely that once the celestial dragons are removed from power, Robin can finally rest easy. In the meantime, she holds a very particular grudge against the entity responsible for her miserable life. They are the ones who took away her mother and her entire hometown. Robin will not stop until she realizes her dream and uncovers the government's darkest secrets with the poneglyphs. Number 8. Kobe wants to live up to Luffy's expectations. The Marine and pirate are naturally enemies by default. A former cabin boy with very little prospects, Kobe met Luffy on his journey in the earliest days of the One Piece series. Luffy is the one who convinced Kobe to find courage within himself to achieve his dreams, while his grandfather trained his young protege over the course of 2 grueling years. Kobe stands directly in Luffy's path, since he is a Marine that's sworn to bring pirates to justice. They're destined for another encounter very soon. Now that every major party is looking for the One Piece treasure, Kobe already knows that he'll run into the Straw Hat at some point. They both remain firm in their convictions as they grow stronger with an exceptionally fast rate. By the end of Vegapunk's speech in the Egghead arc, Luffy and Kobe are shown amongst the key players in the upcoming war. At the very least, Kobe will no longer sit on the sidelines. Now it's time for him to take action. Number 7. Revolutionaries want to overthrow the celestial dragons. Dragon's army rebels against a centuries-old government. Corruption and decadence are defining attributes of the celestial dragons. Whether they are cruel slave owners like Charlos and Rossward, or like ambiguously human monsters like 5 elders who maintain the status quo, they are truly the epitome of evil. For over 800 years, nobody has dared take on the world government, but that all changed with one man and his righteous cause. Dragon has sworn to overthrow the gods from their heavenly perch. The Revolutionary Army made it their mission to bring down the celestial dragons. Whether they're cutting off food supplies to merry geois, or rallying other countries to root for them, Dragon's forces have created serious waves across world politics. Freedom versus authority is a central theme in the One Piece series. By the end of the series, it's unlikely that any celestial dragons will remain in their current form, but that's looking into the far-flung future. Number 6. Shanks wants Luffy to surpass him one day. Luffy still wears the straw hat that Shanks gave him. When he to Shanks. Both of them have a carefree nature, but when their friends are in danger, they will take it very seriously. The red-haired pirate is the main reason Luffy ever sailed the seas in the first place. Shanks is the main reason why Luffy ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi, since he accidentally left it there for the young boy to eat. Luffy made a promise to Shanks that when he was old enough, he would become a great pirate and find Roger's famed treasure, with the expectation that he would have to surpass his mentor in strength and recognition. Shanks even gave Luffy his legendary straw hat, with another promise that both of them will meet again when they are truly equals. There is no better time and place than in the final saga of the One Piece story. Number 5. Buggy and Shanks want to find the One Piece. Roger's former protégés have been frenemies ever since childhood. Ever since they were cabin boys on the Oro Jackson, Shanks and Buggy have constantly been at each other's backs, as they would argue over anything. They walked very different paths in life following their Captain Roger's death. Shanks went on to become a highly respected and powerful captain, whereas Buggy was content to rule over weaker seas in the One Piece world. However, through divine luck, he also earned the Emperor title just like Shanks. Neither of them have ever been to Laugh Tale, since Buggy went down with an unknown illness and Shanks had stayed behind to comfort him. Along with Luffy and Blackbeard, they are the strongest contenders to achieve their goal of finding all the road poneglyphs and reaching Laugh Tale. It will be a very emotional reunion when they finally meet again, given their shared history, but there can only be one Pirate King. Number 4. Shanks knows Blackbeard is extremely dangerous. They've crossed paths many times in the past. Long before Blackbeard made himself well known in the pirating world, Shanks already kept tabs on him when they were both apprentices for Roger and Whitebeard, respectively. Through unknown means, Blackbeard is the one who gave Shanks his trademark scar across his face. With the race to find Joy Boy's treasure well underway, there's a strong possibility that Shanks and Blackbeard will have to fight each other in order to reach Laugh Tale. One Piece fans often speculate that Shanks will meet his demise at the hands of Blackbeard. It's a common storytelling device where a hero's mentor will die to further their own development. However, it's not confirmed by any means, since Oda is a very difficult man to predict. Regardless, many fans will be fearful of the prospect, especially if they run into each other again. Luffy has to be the one to defeat Blackbeard, not Shanks. Number 3. Luffy absolutely despises Akainu for killing Ace. He also bears a permanent scar from his ordeal in Marineford. Ace's death at Marineford was the lowest point of Luffy's entire life. Eiichiro Oda brutally subverted One Piece tropes when he finally killed off a major character in the present timeline. Luffy's sworn brother met his untimely end at the volcanic hands of Akainu, a vicious admiral with a dogmatic belief that pirates should be destroyed. He nearly succeeds in killing Luffy as well, had it not been for the combined efforts of several allies protecting him. Luffy still bears the burnt scar across his chest from Akainu's magma fist via his Logia devil fruit. Even after 2 years of training, the Straw Hat still feels pain whenever Akainu's name is brought up. Now that he's been promoted to Fleet Admiral under his real name Sakazuki, he's still determined as ever to bring down Luffy, who is now an emperor with his own powerful armada. When they meet again, Luffy's not going to be a scared little boy anymore. If he can evenly fight Kizaru, then he can take on the former Akainu. Number 2. Zoro must defeat Mihawk in a sword duel. It's the only way to claim a legendary title. A person's dream is everything in One Piece. Roronoa Zoro has a strong desire to become the world's greatest swordsman for 2 reasons. He wants to honor the wishes of his latest friend Kuina, and he wants to make sure his captain Luffy becomes the Pirate King, since he won't be able to otherwise. In order to achieve his ambitious goal, Zoro must defeat the acclaimed Dracul Mihawk, a former rival to Shanks himself. Mihawk is almost without peer in the swordsman category. Befitting his vampire motif, he wields a crucial sword known as Yuru, a supreme-grade blade made of the finest materials. Now that he's a member of Cross Guild, a powerful organization that declared their intention to find the One Piece treasure, it's highly likely Mihawk will cross blades with Zoro in the very near future. The student will have to surpass his teacher by that point. Number 1. Luffy and Blackbeard achieve their dreams very differently. They are closer than anybody to finding the One Piece treasure. On a fateful day in Jaya, two pirates sat down in a bar for cherry pies and a drink, as they argued over differences in taste. Little did One Piece fans realize at the time how significant this meeting would be. Luffy and Blackbeard are dreamers who aspire to be the Pirate King, as they both experience a meteoric rise from nameless rookies to legendary rulers of the sea in the span of 2 years. This is where their similarities grind to a screeching halt. Luffy is a brave fighter who lives and dies by his crew, whereas Blackbeard is a dirty coward who doesn't care about sacrificing his team for pragmatic reasons. Their devil fruits also represent opposite elements with the sun and darkness, respectively. Luffy will never forgive Blackbeard for capturing his sworn brother Ace to sell him to the government, which indirectly resulted in his death. Their bitter rivalry will determine the fate of the world. And that's it for today, folks. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe this channel. Bye, have a nice day.